Good morning. I would love to talk to you about something that is a very concerning and a very worrisome situation that takes place when people get divorced or separated. It is one of the most damaging things that can happen to a child who loves both his parents. And that is where a process of parental alienation happens. Good day, I am Forsman, a mediator in private practice. My company's name is Newdawn Mediation Services, and over the years I have had to do with parental alienation in every form and shape it comes. And I would like to help parents that are getting divorced or are divorced to navigate even this very difficult circumstance. To my mind, parental alienation is perhaps the most severe form of psychological abuse that a child can undergo. And sometimes both parents are involved in trying to alienate the child from the other parent. Sometimes it's only one of the parents. Sometimes people aren't even divorced. They just live in a very highly charged marriage where conflict is rife. And the children are put in a situation and space where they feel that they need to make a choice between either of the parents. It also happens that parental alienation can be done by grandparents or other family members that feel aggrieved against a certain parent and tries to put that parent in a very bad light in the child's mind. The term parental alienation was coined by a Dr. Richard Gardner many years ago. And he describes it in this way. This is the easiest way I can summarize for you what Dr. Gardner said parental alienation is. It is the active campaign by both or one of the parents to damage the child's relationship with the other parent. You can hear it when the child speaks to you. Daddy says X, Y, or Z that is negative about mom. Or mom says dad is so and such when they get back from their visit from the other parent. You can see it happen as well. The child doesn't want you to attend his sporting situations. He doesn't want you to come to parenting nights. He discourages you to take part in the great activities of the child's life. And in the very extreme situations, the alienating parent typically has a personality disorder. Usually borderline personality disorder or a narcissistic personality type. May I just give this very important message. I am not diagnosing anybody. I'm only giving through information that is available anywhere on the internet as well. But I've also seen that more often than not, it has to do with how one parent feels or perceives the other parent. From a place of hurt and bitterness and betrayal, that parent says to himself, I'm not okay with the idea that these children of mine, whom I love, will be safe or secure with the other parent that has hurt me so much. It is a parent, more often than not, that has not dealt with their own emotional hurt, that has not dealt with their own grievances against the other person yet. People that are hurt are people that hurt others. And therefore I would wish and really try to underline it with a red pen. If you are still not okay with the fact that the marriage is broken, the relationship has ended, you still feel feelings of bitterness and revenge in a certain sense, get professional help. It's only going to damage yourself and future relationships, but more importantly, it is going to hurt your relationship with your child. Please get help. Children become the pawns on the chessboard of the life between the two parents. They become in an environment where there is no closure to the hurt and the revenge and the bitterness that a person carries towards the other person. It's the children that become the pawns in the chess game between these two parents. How do I then deal with parental alienation? First of all, I want to say, don't do it. Don't be the parent that uses your children as a way to find out what is going on in the other parent's life and home. Don't be the parent that says and does negative things that the child can perceive that the other person, the other parent, is bad or not good or whatever. Don't do it. Don't go there. On the other hand, again, refuse to take the bait. It can happen that your children come home from the other parent and unwittingly, unsolicited, the child makes a remark that dad said mom is so and such, or mom said dad is bad in this and that way. And immediately you feel defensive. You feel like hurt again from a place that you want to take revenge. You want to defend yourself. But the moment you move into the space of taking revenge or reacting to what you have just heard from your child, you are taking the bait. Defensiveness validates the accusation. Please write that down. Defensiveness validates the accusation. Rather than defending yourself, perhaps you should take a strategic non-response method to deal with what you have heard and what hurts you so much. By perhaps asking your child, do you experience what Daddy has said about me when you are with me? Or have I ever done what Mom says to you that is hurting you or bad for you? Let the child bring forth his own experiences or her own experiences of you as a parent. Then you deal with what the child perceives. A strategic non-response to the allegations is perhaps the best strategy to take when dealing with parental alienation. To fight is only going to make things worse. To react in a negative and defensive way is only going to make things worse. If this, however, persists, it may be a good suggestion to find legal representation that can help you in court to deal with this matter. But be very, very strategic in whom you choose to help you in a legal sense. Lawyers are usually learned to fight on your behalf. And fight here is not going to be the best way to deal with the matter. I would also recommend get a mediator involved. Someone neutral and someone that can defuse the conflict so that you as parents can come to an amicable solution also for these negative influences on your child. If you don't do it, if you're going to be defensive, you're going to worsen things, and in the long run, the only one that is hurt by it, the only one that is really affected negatively about in the process of parental alienation is your child. And that damage, that negative influence in your child's life may even persist through his adulthood or her adulthood. Parental alienation, and with this I leave you to ponder further, is perhaps the worst form of abuse. Sometimes you do it without even realizing that you do it. If you have heard that maybe you are guilty out of this video, then seek help for yourself so that you don't, through your defense, validate the accusation that is lodged against you. Find someone to help you respond in a non-responsive, strategic way to deal with the parental alienation. Always put your child's interests paramount. Thank you for listening. And if you need help, my contact information will be in the description below. Like the video and join for further discussions like this. Thank you very much for taking the time and affording me this opportunity. Goodbye.